To 2Case, the three-point shot, so important in today's NBA and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
And we can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off their rhythm.
Well, as we know, MP has made it a point to play well and win against these good defenses. They've put it out there, and their opponents have come in wanting to prove them wrong.
Well, give MP and his team credit. They set a goal and have executed thus far. Another tough matchup here against a great defensive team, but MP's team and their high-powered offense have proven to be a handful.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. They've got Black Hole, Chet Holmgren out there with Ty. Then it's Jalen Williams. And it's Gilgeous Alexander in the point guard. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Eric Spoelstra gave me a few minutes to catch up. And he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Black Hole with the bucket.
What a pretty pass by Chet Holmgren. How about the big man finding his teammate right there?
Pass to Bowen. Here's Sasser. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Hits the three-point bomb.
We have that high-value three. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I'll take that one.
To the right side. Moore outside. Pass to Bowen. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Well, conversions have been a problem. 0 for 4.
Here's Black Hole. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Here's Bowen. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Heat moving the ball around. Holmgren with the steal. To the middle. And Todd slams it in.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. Looking for a breather. And maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
They get the rebound. The kick out to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Blackhole passes to Williams. And it's Miami with the rebound. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Pass to Bowen. Here's Champagny. Back to Sasser. Trying to end the drought. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Shot from the top of the key, and that's good for 2. Sasser's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Heat. Over in the corner, Williams. To the left side wing. From downtown, and it's good. 3 points on the board on the shot from Blackhole.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Sasser with it. A 26-point game for him in the win against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
No good for Moore. The Thunder leading by 16. There's the 3. And there's 3 points. The long-range shot is on target from Blackhole.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's ready to talk things through with the team. One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
First one falls for him. Doors for front offices. With the season starting to wind down, what's important now?
Yeah, there are focus shifts depending on the season. And right now, with the season sort of dwindling, first and foremost, the draft lottery is important. The draft will occur over the course of the summer. So talent evaluation of those all-important college kids, the European players, but also you're evaluating your roster. What has worked? What do we need to change? There is always so much to look at if you are trying to put a team together.
Miami with the ball after the three-pointer from Blackhole. And a clever pass fake kept the D from closing in. Sasser's got 8.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
For 3, Williams. Here's Blackhole. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. 20 points for Blackhole.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
From outside, off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Blackhole's got 22.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it. One
thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Now, here's Holmgren. Still scoreless. No good with the triple.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to 3-pointers.
but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Here's Black Hole against New Orleans, who is really on his game.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And so Levine will bring it up now for the Miami Heat. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
One thing we know, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
Holmgren with the steal. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Got that bucket in no time at all. 9 points here for Jalen Williams. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
Here's Sasser. Kick out to Levine. And nothing is falling for him right now. Launches a three. A shot by Black Hole, no good. So it's Miami now. Now Sasser, 8 points for him. Pass to Levine. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Holmgren's got his 6th rebound on the night. Williams for 3. For just the 4th time today, it is good. That one makes him 4 for 10.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Levine for 3. Again, Levine missing.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
On the wing, Williams from outside the arc. Rebounded by Bowen. Bowen's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out front.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Black Hole in that last game against the Pelicans got the job done. He scored an incredible number of points, and to no one's surprise, he was dialed in from deep. A performance like that makes you hungry for more. You're looking to follow that up tonight, guys.
Thanks for the report, D.A. Greg, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And Miami has possession. Pass the battle. To the inside. Hammering it in.
Body control, flair for the dramatic, Levine in style.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Stolen by Quickly. Here's Battle. Here's Sasser. No good on the triple.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
The offensive rebound. Here's Wallace. Misses the 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Sinks the triple. Quickly's got 6.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Black Hole with the bucket.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Left side, Levine. And here is Quickly. He had 16 points in the win against Indiana. And they're pushing it up. And it's good for 2. And that's now 30 points for Black Hole.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Battle pass to Levine. 6 on the shot clock. Drains the three-pointer. Levine's got his second basket of the night.
Levine's form is pure. That three-point shot is pretty.
And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
Emmanuel quickly out there with Hayes. Then it's Zach LaVine, and it's Battle in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Now here's Levine, guarded closer, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Rule adjustments, Doris, regarding the rip-through move. Do you think those have been effective?
Kevin, I certainly think we've taken a step in the right direction. We have got to give the defense more of a chance at this point, and the idea that you don't get shots on the rip-through is important.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Tatum. Todd comes in for Frazier. Jalen Williams is checked in for Vaughn. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Cason Wallace. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Now, here's Quickly. Pass to Hayes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They set the pick. Fires from deep. Todd with the rebound.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Levine up top. He's guarded by Williams. Right wing. Back to Levine. The Heat need to get a shot off. Battle. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Thunder have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Here's Black Hole. He's got 36. Todd misses.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Pass to Quickly. Outside, Levine. Top of the key. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The kick out to Williams. Over to the wing. And the Thunder another 3.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
And so Quickly we'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How has he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
A shot by Black Hole, no good. Miami's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. They set the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander against Levine. 5 to shoot. Hayes, no good.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness. This guy has been unstoppable. It has not mattered at all what the defense throws at him. He's had an answer.
Quickly with it. He has 6. Outside, Levine. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Levine's got 13 points.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Outside, Williams. Here's Black Hole. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Killian Hayes.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
Pass to Todd. Here's Black Hole. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Black Hole's got 46 points.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Now Levine. 13 points in the game. Down low. It's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Black Hole with the bucket.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
The Heat have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And here's Levine. He had 13 points in the win against Indiana. Pass to Hayes. 4 on the shot clock. Looking to end the run. Todd with the rebound. Todd's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Holmgren the pass to Todd. Here's Black Hole. That 3 off the mark. Miami's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the NBA has split its draft into 2 days. The league's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, says rosters have expanded and we're seeing a larger influx in talent, a lot of times from the second round. And this format will do justice to those slept-on players. Kevin?
Yeah, good stuff, D.A. Some Hall of Famers from that second round, for sure. Here's Levine. Excellent D there from Williams.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
The Heat shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. Levine against Williams. Outside, Levine. Over Williams. Miami no good on that time either. Oklahoma City shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Again, the Thunder score.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Inside.
All right, a chance to look at stats for Black Hole. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Almost 4 steals and 9 assists. And you love his anticipation, all those steals. He's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
There's a sneakiness, a craftiness. You think he's not watching, and suddenly he's taking the ball in the other direction.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Misses from the corner.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Sasser. He's got 8. Cisse. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Champagnie. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here are the Thunder now. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Shots good by Williams.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Cisse, he's guarded by Williams. That one goes. Count it.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
Here's Black Hole. A three-pointer off the mark. The Heat shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Here's Cisse. It's hauled in by Frazier. Pass to Black Hole. And again for 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Now Sasser. Wallace covering. To the wing right side. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Cisse. No good with the elbow jumper. The Thunder shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. To the left wing. Fires the 3. Good. He hits again. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Sasser can't hit.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Here's Black Hole. Off target with his 3. 1:35 left to play in the first half. Pass to Sasser. Shoots the 3. For just the 4th time today, it is good. That one makes him 4 for 10.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Here's Black Hole. Another bucket. Wow. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Back to Sasser. Pulls up on the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Sasser's got 5 points now in the quarter. Outside Williams. Out left to the wing. Black Hole. Offline with his 3. And for the Heat, their shooting in the second quarter has been pretty iffy, down 32%. Pass to Bowen. Cisse, he's guarded by Williams. From past the arc. Shot by Champagnie, no good. Here's Black Hole. Lets it go from deep. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 6 assists here tonight.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
To the paint. Holmgren with the steal. That will count. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Oklahoma City, able to put on a show for the ages. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. Let's start things for the Western Conference. Black Hole.
He's been a force over the stretch, getting to his spots, capitalizing.
And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The three-point chances have been there for them, and they've taken advantage.
Just watching the game, not even looking at the scoreboard, you can tell. Thanks for spending halftime.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Really an incredible game from Black Hole.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. Holmgren is out there with time. Then it's Black Hole. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Williams at the small forward. And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his game?
I don't know which aspect to pick. This guy is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from three. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
Oklahoma City keeps it going. A new shot clock of 14 seconds.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
Pass to Bowen. Moore outside. Down low. Bowen's shot is off.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Cisse, he's guarded by Williams. Pass to Champagny. Shot to stop the run. The Thunder pull it in. Black Hole's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
Here's Sasser. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. The Heat shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And he knocks down the first one.
Team foul. Now at the line.
Sasser hits them both. Thunder have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Heat have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. Sasser hits them both. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Black Hole connects again.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Heat have gone 0 of 4 from the field in the second half, yet to find the mark. Back to Sasser. Jacks up a 3, hits it from three-point range. Sasser's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
He got loose from downtown in the first half, now has 3 here in the second. Unstoppable.
And Black Hole's going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Tatum comes in for Chet Holmgren. And it's Vaughn in for Williams. Here's Sasser. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll head home to take on the Utah Jazz. Then on Wednesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers.
And that game against the Spurs, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
Cans it from downtown.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Kick out to Moore. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone. With him scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back. All night, he just won't let up.
Here's Sasser. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Moore outside. Champagny passes to Moore. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Bowen's shot is off.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Thunder.
They're looking to attack in transition every time down the floor, just wearing the defense thin at this point.
I think one of the things that also strikes me is their activity forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. It has really shaped the tenor of this game.
No good from Moore.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Sasser with it. He's got 20. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
5 on the clock. From deep 3-point land. Vaughn with the rebound.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Black hole. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Bowen. Pass to Sasser. They could use a bucket. Again, the miss by the Heat. Thunder shooting has been just outrageous. 64% from the field to this point. Here's Topic. Here's Black Hole. Connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that 3-point shot.
Back to Sasser. He takes it in, and he finishes nicely on the way. Sasser's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Here's Bowen, guarded by Tatum. From deep, Moore bangs home the trifecta. Moore's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. Phillies. What do you got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thanks. The NBA chose to extinguish G League Ignite. G League President Sharif Abdul-Rahim says with the changing environment across youth and collegiate basketball, now is the right time to take this step. But Kevin, in its short time, the Ignite produced double-digit draftees, so the experiment is a success.
A huge success, D.A. Thank you. Got a piece of it. He's all alone. Here's Black Hole. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. And the Heat with some changes. Levine's checked in for Bowen. And quickly in for Moore. Ellis is checked in for the Thunder. Here's Quickly. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. With every passing season, Quickly's role... Changing it up here. We've heard some players, Doris, propose that refs should be fined for missed calls, especially with the game on the line. What do you think?
Kevin, I couldn't disagree more. First and foremost, the level of accountability for NBA officials is unprecedented. And keep in mind, there is discipline for high-profile mistakes and mistakes of all kinds. Every single game, every single call is evaluated, and you see their progression in terms of, yes, they'll officiate in the playoffs, or no, they won't. We are right where we need to be.
They've got Bowen, and it's Champagnie in at the four-man position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Here's Black Hole. Finished off the break.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
I think this is what we call, quote, running a team off the floor. They have been fantastic in transition.
Now Sasser lets the three fly. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Here's Topic. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
You know, Doris, I'm not sure many people take into account what a grind the NBA season is.
I couldn't agree more, Kevin. And listen, these guys have the best of what's available. They stay at top quality hotels. They have incredible professionals that take care of them. But there is no making up for a lack of sleep when you've played a game at 8 o'clock at night. You leave the arena at 1, and you may arrive in your next city at 4 or 5 a.m. and tip off that night at 7. And this goes on week after week. It is not easy.
Moore outside to end the run. The Thunder pull it in. Tatum's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Black Hole. Here's Ellis. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Moore outside. Pass to Champagnie. Shot clock at 5. Here's Sasser. That shot no good.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
To the inside, and stolen by Tatum. Here's Black Hole. Good, that's another bucket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. There's the pick. Here's Champagnie. And again, it's the Heat missing. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. Good momentum, 14 straight points. Estevon. Here's Topic. Here's Black Hole. Buries the long-range jumper. Black Hole's got 13 points now in the quarter.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Bowen, good.
And finally, with some offense, he stops a 17-0 run by the Thunder.
Here's Black Hole. Off target from outside. And Miami shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter. Back to Moore. There's a screen. Well, Doris, both you and I have been covering this NBA for a few years. Just a few years. What do you think of the direction of the league right now?
Just a couple, Kevin. I love it. The league is faster, it's longer, it's more skilled. Scoring is up. There's a crop of young stars. I think the league is in such an exciting place.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Thunder.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under the belt.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Black Hole.
Boy, I have loved this guy's energy all night. There was never a point in which he let up. The triple-double evidence of the kind of effort and skill he has. This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Black Hole with the bucket.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Pass to Champagnie. Fires the three. And again, Miami with the triple.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just